Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you are good on this fine Tuesday afternoon. For those that don't know, this is LABRISH Live. This is where we talk about reality TV shows from a Black perspective. And at the moment, we are talking about Love is Blind Season 7, Episodes 8 and 9. You get a double whammy today because we're actually do you know what I mean? For those that don't know, all things sugar and shade, Sade. Hey. And I'm still a little bit ill, annoyingly still. But I'm here with...
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely, and I'm fine. I have not caught the lurgies.
Good for you. Guys, as you come in, make sure you boop the like button, please. Do it now. You might as well. And then what else should they do, please?
Please, guys, sign up to our YouTube membership. It is just $1.99. I am going to be dropping the link in the chat right now. We are back on the road to 200 and we're getting there. Slowly, people are adding themselves again. So please join us. It really does help the channel. You get an extra episode from the aunties every week, and we will start doing membership lives as well. Coming soon. Yes. We just need you guys to come in, like bump your numbers up.
Yes, seriously. Someone please delete my work emails. These people are just sorry, Sha. sorry, but I'll be okay. People be stressing. Even me, we've got to do a fast one today because I've got a meeting straight after this. After this at 2:30. Let me set my alarm because I forgot.
Yeah.
And I'm one of these people. I don't look like I'm looking at my face. I don't look ill, but I bloody am. I really am.
Colds are like that, though, isn't it? You know, some people really get that cold face, like they look sick. Yeah, not always.
Yeah, no, I don't like. I'll never really look ill. So you wouldn't believe me. Okay, guys. Also, as well, at the end of the month, on the 31st of October, we have our live show. Your aunties could never live, where actually it's Halloween, so we're dressing up and everything like that. I still don't know what to do. I still haven't decided, so I'm open to suggestions of what I should do. It's at Market House in Brixton. We're gonna have Enemy of Progress and some games and karaoke. We have a DJ, all that good stuff. So hopefully you guys can join us there. None of you got your outfit yet?
I don't have all of it, but I kind of know. What am I missing? I'm just missing the wings and the wand. And I even know how to do my face painting as well. So I've got the dress.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just need wings and a wand.
Say it again?
I just need wings and a wand. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, Shay, you did suggest Ursula, but I think someone else is doing that. So I want to be different. And okay, right. So also as well, yeah, I don't think I'm going to change my hair too much. I'll still have braids. So I want it to like look natural with the braids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, cool. Guys, we're going to have to get straight into it. Episode 8 and 9. Oi, these couples are unraveling fast. They're unraveling so freaking quickly. I didn't expect it. To be so quick, man. But yeah. So straight off the bat, we're gonna start off with Monica and Steve. Yeah. Don't say it. The hold up video. I need to look at that. Okay, Monica and Steve. Yeah. So it started off well. So obviously, Monica's been hinting at getting some flowers because Steve promised her flowers in the pot. And Brandy. Sorry, people put suggestions. Brandy was
good, actually. I like Brandy.
Yeah, I need to find a. Oh, yeah, maybe I could do that. Seriously. Yeah, maybe. So she's been complaining about these flowers. So he was just like, okay, but I've got you. I've actually got you. Okay, she's been shouting about the flowers. Okay, fine, I'd be chilling. She was shouting about them. She wanted the flowers like immediately. And he was just like, I can't just give her flowers. Let me give her a flower experience instead. So that's exactly what he did. He took her to a shop of a florist to get some flowers pressed. And I think, like, you know what? It was very cute. However, I do think, I'm not going to lie, I do think that it would have been nice if he had bought her some sentimental flowers anyway, and then they pressed those, right? Do you know what I mean? Not just like random flowers to press, right? So
that would have been a good idea, and one that he should have followed, definitely. I also thought the activity was shit. I was like, that's not what she was. She was asking for flowers, like literally, like buy her bunches of flowers. That's what she was asking for.
Yeah,
it was lame.
Okay. No, I thought it was cute that they were doing it together. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was very, very cute. I didn't like the person that was like monitoring them on how to do it. Why was she sitting there and showing them like for the whole time? Odd, very odd to me. Like, surely you give them instructions, leave them to it. Like it just seemed very, very strange. Yeah, I just thought it was weird. And then he was like, you know, at the end, he done a bit to camera and he was just like, well, you know, if I do this and it means I'm going to get laid, I'm going to do it. Like, what? Stephen, are you okay? Like, no. Seriously, are you? He's hungry. Not. He's starving.
A sex maniac. Like, constantly thinking about sex all the time. Like, as if he's a 15-year-old boy. It's very strange.
How old is he? Do we know how old he is?
Steve,
like 30s, right?
I think he was in his 30s.
I think so. So yeah, but Monica did talk about how she's in a similar situation with Taylor, as in her dad doesn't want to film and everything like that. He will walk her down the aisle, but he doesn't want her to film. So here's me thinking, you know, okay, it's going in the right direction, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, still happy days. Then Stephen, it was revealed later on that Stephen has actually lost his job. You having a motherfucking job. He was just like, yeah, the foreman. I was just like, okay, what do you even do? Like, first of all, what are you doing? But now you've lost that job. And it's just like, oh, okay, cool. She's just like, don't worry, I've got us. It's fine. And I was just like, see, that's that ride or die energy that you do not need to have. Like, seriously, no. Like, no, babe. Like, how did you get here? How did you get? Is that actually that got her there? Seriously.
Yes. And for that man, like, just look at it. Like, really, you're prepared for all the bills for this man. Wild.
Absolutely.
As somebody was saying, actually, like, Monica doesn't deserve the sympathy. She doesn't, because he did show himself. If she was paying attention, Stephen didn't really lie. He actually showed himself to be a sex pest all the way along. So, you know.
Oh, but you can't expect it to be like that. Like, you're
a bum as well.
No, he is bummy. He is bummy. He is actually bummy. And then he was saying, I think she was talking. I don't know. He was talking about losing his job, and then she was just like, "Oh, I've got us." And he's just like, "Oh, you know what, babe? Like, if you want to use me, use me." Like, putting his arms. He put his arms up like this. Like, use me. Like, what? Like, so what are you saying? That you've only got dick? That is the only thing that you have? Like, yes, seriously.
That literally is it.
It was just like, and then she was talking about, oh, you know, just lay off, because they're not actually having sex at the moment. They weren't having sex at the moment because he was having doubts about the wedding. She was just like, you know, kind of, you know, ease off that a bit. Do you know what I mean? Because I want you to be sure and stuff. And then she was just like, oh yeah, and a little less like butt stabs. So is he pressing his hard dick on her bum? Basically, yes. That's what he's doing at the nighttime. And she wants him to stop. She actually has to stop. And then he's just talking about pegging. Then he's talking about, oh, you could put your dick in anything, like mac and cheese. Like, it was such a bizarre, like, I just don't know how they got to that conversation so quickly. It was wild.
Because
like, what?
Wild. The stabbing, that I was like, okay, so is he trying to do anal with her? Like, that's one part. And then him being like, he doesn't mind being pegged on his birthday and stuff. Like, again, I was like, Monica, are you sure that you want to keep on going with this food? Because, like, his level of freak, you don't seem to be matching anyway. So, are you ready to peg your man? Like, is this an activity that you want to do?
And she
I
wants
think
to do it. I mean, I don't know if she does. I'm not. She's absolutely on that, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't seem like she is, but then at the same time, I feel like it. Well, the positioning of the editing has positioned her like she was like prepared to negotiate marriage for butt stuff. That's what it, that's what the edit was basically. Do you know what I mean? And then him being there, rubbing her feet as well. I was just like, oh, you're submissive. Like you like what are you like? Do you know what I mean? Are you giving someone else your money? Are you like a what do they call them, wage pig or something? Like, do you know what I mean? Like seriously, I think that's what that may be his thing.
I think he's dabbled in that before. Definitely, we could probably say. What's the other thing he was after? No, I don't. She didn't seem phased enough for me. Like this wasn't shocking.
Yeah.
So I was a bit like, oh. So he talks about this a lot, then, doesn't he? Because if this is the first time you're hearing this type of conversation, you literally would be like, "What the hell?" And
yeah. I mean, like, if that's your thing and you're okay with it, cool, do you? Do you know what I mean? But like, it did seem out of the blue, out of nowhere. Like you just lost your job and you're talking about putting your dick in macaroni and cheese. Like,
why?
I don't know how we got there. Like, I would just be annoyed. So her being annoyed, like, I understand it. I would just be like, what are you on? Like, do you know what I mean? Go and sort your CV out right now. Like, do you know what I mean? Go away from me. What are you talking about? Then he was talking about, oh, he would love to have a vagina. And if he was the first man with a legit vagina. And I was just like, okay, there's all sorts of problems with what you're saying as well, kind of thing. This is weird. And then he was just like, oh, you know, giving birth is the closest thing for, you know, that women have to understand in a man having a common cold. And I was just, she was like, are you well? That was my question also.
She just let him talk. Like he was just talking. I don't know how she sits there and listens to his verbal diarrhea. Like what was he even talking about? What is that? What is the man with the vagina giving birth? Like what? I was lost. What did he want?
I don't know what his point was.
No.
I mean, like I get the basicness of what he's saying, but like what, like why? Like what are you gaining here? What insight am I getting from you? What are you gaining? Like no, nothing. What you're earning is a slap. You are. Someone just said that. If I have four, Sarah Q says I have 4 kids, I wanted to slap Stephen in that moment. Yes, that's what he was like. You know, you're racking up points. You're racking up points. Not that I condone violence. Don't slap people. Metaphorically. Do you know what I mean? You know, actually, this would be a good time. Guys, I follow on social media, I follow this account that does professional slapping.
Oh, like the championships.
Stephen needs to go on there. He needs to be a contestant. Seriously. He
like
really
one.
does. Huh?
He looks like he could be a contestant.
He could be. He actually could be. He could be. Yeah, I think something's not right at all. And then he was talking about anal and stuff and everything like that. Later on in the episode, though, same episode, somehow, and we really don't completely know how. No, actually, we do know how because she said it now. She basically looked in his phone. So I think they were going to do something with Garrett and Taylor. Do you know what I mean? And she saw a message and she was just like, kind of like, hey, babe, do you know what I mean? Like, we've got a message, and she was going to respond on his phone. And then when she saw that, she saw other messages from this woman, basically. And she delved into these messages, and it turned out to be a very kinky, as she described, conversation. She repeatedly said it was disgusting. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. Stephen apparently was, I don't know, it's not adding up complete. I don't know. There's still detail missing, I believe. But like Stephen was apparently doing like a sleep test.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That people do. I know this is like, you can go to sleep centers and study your sleep and all this kind of thing. I know this does happen. And apparently he was there. I don't believe he was there. I believe he was probably with the woman. Is giving, like in Wolf of Wall Street, the scene where he's like getting wax put on his back and he's got like a candle in his bum or something like that. Yeah, that's what I feel like Stephen was doing something along those lines. Do you know what I mean? Or was trying to order that up, right? Yeah. So I think Monica found out. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And however, what is interesting to me, because wasn't this the same shit he was talking about in the pods where he was said, like, technically I'm a cheater because technically I was messaging a woman. Do you know what I mean? And that's how his last relationship ended. So I'm just like, well, you've clearly done this on purpose, haven't you? What do you think?
I think, like, so you're saying that he had this run of texting for Monica to find, so that you think he set it all up?
Yeah.
I don't think he set it up. I think he has an addiction. And he, once their sex dried up, he was like, I need to get this fix. I need some type of stimulation. And he found somebody that he could communicate with to get that stimulation and have dirty talk and role play and the build up to, I'm going to be able to sleep with her once I finish this experiment. I think it was more that. I think he is an actual sexual deviant. That he can't help himself.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I do agree with you. I think he can be an addict as well, but I think he wanted out of that marriage. He wanted out of that situation. He put up, there was no resistance. There was absolutely no, like, he was like, okay, cool. Yeah. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve much. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go. Like, even when she was talking, he was getting up. Like, he was just like, I'm not trying to resolve. I'm not trying to hear anything. I need to go. I'm like, I understand this is the end and I'm ready to go. So
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I hear you on the way he just gave up. Like, it was kind of like, okay, I'm ready to bounce. Fair, maybe. I just think he's such a big asshole.
Yeah.
If she hadn't have found out the texts, he would have carried on and he still would have gone and met her parents and been like, I'm gonna marry her. I think he would have gone to the end. I think he just wanted fame. Like, he wanted to raise his popularity to get more women. He's a dog like that.
Honestly, I agree. I just think, like, he definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if he said, babe, you can check my phone at any time, knowing that there's messages on there, knowing that Garrett, he was in mid-conversation with Garrett. Do you know what I mean? Like, I believe he done that. I would not be surprised at all. But yeah, she and then she kind of like ends it. She's just like, look, okay, it's done, but you know what, get on your phone, Venmo me my money right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, do it. And he did.
How does he have money? If he hadn't been paying for himself for the last 2 days, how did he have any money to Venmo her? I just don't believe him. I think he.
But they did the ping. So I don't know if that's an edit. Do you know what I mean? But it seemed like she got the money back immediately. It did seem like that. But yeah, I thought that was, I don't expect anything less from Monica, to be honest. Like, I believe that this is what you would do. This is normal for you. Yeah, but baby girl, you got to just not give them the money in the first place, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, just no. He's not starving. Saf said that he has to starve for the next week. No, he's going to the chick that he was talking to. He's not starving. She's probably lined it up.
He had options.
Like, yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's really upset.
Life of God said she's dusty for asking for the money back. They are living in free accommodation.
No, I think it's the principle of it.
Yeah. If I bought stuff, whether it's shopping or we went out to eat, and you were supposedly doing a sleep experiment, drunk, texting dirty things to somebody when I'm your fiance, run me back my peas. Definitely. Like, no, come on now.
Yeah.
Madness.
Seriously. Yeah. I think he was doing favors for food. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. Seriously. Just He's the life coach. So if I ask for my money back, you would call me Dusty. I think different rules apply.
Yeah, for a man, your money is my money. My money is my money. Like, come on.
Come on. Okay, so moving on to equally annoying and lying men. Ashley and Taylor. So episode 8, we have basically it was quite kind of light, I would say, right? Do you know what I mean? So we have Ashley, he meets Taylor meets Ashley's dad. He kind of talks about her being like a ride or die. I thought that was odd. Do you know what I mean? Why are you calling your daughter a ride or die? That was really weird to me. Tyler's just there. He's just like, you know, I'm not a cheat. I'm not going to lie to her.
Imagine.
He said that bare-faced to her dad. Bloody Libby. He was going to protect her and everything like that. He asked her dad for her hand and everything like that. And the dad was just like, yeah, of course. Do you know what I mean? She's my only daughter. You know, it seems like you're a good guy. Let's go, let's do this. Do you know what I mean? Like, or you do this kind of thing. You know, he did say to him, don't play and everything like that. And Tyler must have been very, very happy with himself, you know. Then we roll on to episode 9. At the beginning of the episode 9, it seemed they're still in a really good place. Had I not watched them back to back, I would have been so fooled for too long, I think. Do you know what I mean? Because I'd be like, oh, this is so nice. Like the dad, do you know what I mean? And the dad seems like a bit of a smooth guy. I would have thought he would have been able to spot a charlatan. But then I was just like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let me not punch out my head.
It took all of us a while because he seemed genuine and very intense. So I could imagine in front of somebody he can charm them. I didn't like the dad. I felt like the dad needed to threaten him a little bit more, like just you know, really hone in on this is my only child. And I don't like the older black men crying. I mean, I've said it before. I just don't like it.
I was tears of joy. It wasn't a sadness.
I don't like that they do this on TV all the time. I literally me off. And I understand, yeah, he may be emotional, but I hated it. I hated it. Obviously, I know what's going on, but also I wouldn't have liked it anyway. Like, why do they have to roll out the dads to cry? I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was endearing. He's got emotional. It's cute. It's his daughter. So at the beginning of episode 9, they like Tyler and Ashley are talking. They're talking about how many kids they want. Do you know what I mean? He's like, he wants 4. She's like 3. They're going back and forth, and they're going to negotiate for 2. It just seems really, really cute. Then obviously a whole bit stuff will happen. Then the next time we see them, they're mid conversation, and it's just like I was just like, hold on a second, atmosphere's changed. What's going on? Do you know what I mean? Ashley's just like, yeah, well, I should have known this beforehand. I was just like, oh no, we're here. Here. What is it? And it turns out that my guy Tyler has dropped a bomb. He has dropped a bomb and basically said that it revealed that he has got not 1, not 2, but 3 kids. 3 kids. Seriously. She's saying that, you know what, this is something I should have known. I definitely should have known this before I said yes. Like, kind of like, why didn't you tell me? But she's very calm and being very considered as well while she's saying this. She doesn't seem like upset. She just seems more concerned. Do you know what I mean? I don't think she understands what she's dealing with at this moment in time. You know, he's kind of like, you know, giving limited information. It is Ashley that actually refers to the him being a sperm donor, but we can only assume that she's got that information from him. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, and I think that was done strategically as well, kind of thing. I think they had the conversation off camera, and he didn't want to say certain things on camera, so she said it for him. Do you know what I mean? That's what it seemed like. However, by him not shutting that down, you're co-signing. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know a man alive, that is letting a next woman call him a sperm donor to his kids. I don't know men like that. I actually don't. Do you know what I mean?
He would have to have told her this is my only. So I've got kids. This is my only involvement. Is I just gave them sperm. It's a lesbian couple. That
Yeah.
he could only have explained it to her like that. She can't make that up from nowhere.
Yeah.
He told her this. Definitely.
He told her. Yeah, definitely. You know, and yeah, so she said like she's not mad at him. Do you know what I mean? Like, but you know, she just needs to get her essentially needs to get her head around it. He's then in with like the, you know, do you know what I mean? He's like in with like, what did he say? He's like, oh, your feelings are valid. You know, you see, you see that phrase, yeah? I don't like it. I don't like when some men using that phrase. Your feelings are valid. Yeah, I know my fucking feelings are valid. How about that? I know that already. Why are you telling me things I already know? And he still wants to have kids with her. Do you know what I mean? She was like, you know what? We were happy and everything. And then she's asked him, well, is love enough? Because this is a lot. Like, is love enough here? He does apologize. He said he's sorry. She's like, I think she's just genuinely in a state of shock, a bit of shock. Do you know what I mean? Because she's like, she didn't see this coming and everything like that. Then he starts the begging for a new chance. Like he wants another chance. Obviously, we now know that he lied apparently allegedly on his application to say that he didn't have kids at all, and then he scrubbed his social media to remove the images of the kids, kind of thing. So this is
as well.
And his mother done it, yeah. So you convince your mum, or your mum is like, you see some of these toxic mothers out there, you're just feeding into your son's BS. Like, it's dishonesty. It's just absolute dishonesty. That's not the kind of man you want to marry. No. It just isn't. You don't want to, crazy.
It's wild that he took it this far, went through the process. You've linked with it, like you're literally about to get married, and then 2 weeks before you're revealing not one child. One child she could probably just pass off, like, okay, one. Three is a lot. That's a lot of financial, like it's a big thing to be like, I'm going to enter into a marriage with a man who has 3 children, sperm donor or not, for the rest of your life. That's still something like you got to think about. We are part of our money is going to have to contribute to this household. If you are that mindset, and I think she is, like, she's a decent woman. I think she would be thinking, rah, I've somehow got to take this on, and my kids have siblings and all of that. Like, you can't just bamboozle somebody with that, and you lied about it. Like,
you lied.
A consistent liar. I want children. I can't wait to have kids. You've got kids.
They thought about the names. They were talking about names. Like, what would you name the daughter, the son? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, bro, you're just a liar. You're just actually a liar, and you lied on camera as well. Like, so you're taking me for an idiot globally.
Yes. On big old Netflix.
Wild. Absolutely wild. Not happy with that. Not happy at all. So, like, I'm hoping. Well, actually, I don't know. Has this been spoiled already? I can't remember anyway. But at this moment in time, I'm.
I've seen maybe 4 different TikToks, and it's 2. Some people are saying she didn't marry. Some people are saying she did.
Right.
So,
okay.
But either way, it does seem like they do go on. Like that. Yeah. That didn't stop their journey. We still have them in episode 10 and 11. So
yeah, because as well, this is what I'm saying. Like, he used her faith to get here because he knew this was coming. He knew I had to tell this woman this. He knew I'd lied, but I have to get into this woman's mind. Like, do you know what I mean? And basically manipulate her emotions so that she's more sympathetic to me when I tell her what the situation really is, you know, when she discovers. Or he's a psychopath. Like
you got her dad in tears talking about like, you know, I'm handing you my daughter. You know, that type of like that's also another part of why I don't like when they have the black man crying. Like, just that's so manipulative. And you're there afterwards talking about, so I've got to tell you something. Wild. No.
Absolutely.
Again,
wild.
That should be criminal, and she should press charges.
Yeah, I mean, at least because Love is Blind is the show itself is messy. So like, I want on the reunion, they need to show the application form. I need to see where you put in got no kids. That's what I want to see.
know what? For real. Yeah.
You motherfucking liar. Do you know what I mean? Bloody
And he's
hell.
got to be there. He can't do one of those, like, I'm going to do it by
video link. Yeah.
No. Tyler, big and bad, you need to be in the studio so that everybody can look at you in your face. Definitely.
Yeah. He needs to do things. Okay, cool. So moving on to Hannah and Nick. Episode 8. We find out that Nick, I didn't know this before, Nick lives at home with his parents. Yeah. He lives at home with his parents in the basement.
In the basement, though.
Okay. Where they shared living accommodation, Hannah seems to be like a neat freak. She's very clean. She's clean all the time. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't want to tell him things like take out the trash. She did mention this beforehand. Like, the thing is, I don't mind Hannah that much. I actually don't mind her because, like, it's not like she hasn't said it's not like she hasn't said who she is, right? Do you know what I mean? You're just not listening. You're saying, yeah, I'm gonna do these things, but you're actually not doing these things. You're actually not. It's a bit like a little bit of like a Monica and Steve situation. You said that you're gonna give me flowers and you didn't. Do you know what I mean? So of course I'm gonna get a bee in my body about these things because you said this thing unprovoked. It's come out of your mouth.
But it's anyway. Her tone. I get it. I get on the surface of it, but her tone, like, she is belittling. It is like, it's like it's just like, it's henpecking. It's like a mother telling the kid, like.
But is he acting like a kid though? That's the thing.
As well, I know he is as well. So it's, I get it, but it would just be infuriating to live under that rule. Like, just I can't just do my thing. I have to follow her way. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And not in a nice way. Not like, oh, babe, take out the trash. It's like, did I not tell you to take out the trash? Like, it's just very school.
But the thing is, maybe on camera, we haven't seen that, oh, babe, take out the trash. Or like even, or it is a case of like, because she doesn't even want to ask him. She don't want to ask him. He said, you don't have to ask me. I'm going to do it. And he's given the position. I think the annoyance come from is that actually he lied. Do you know what I mean? He lied about what he looked like. He lied about certain things. Do you know what I mean? So the annoyance is just built in. Do you know what I mean? That actually you saying that, you know, that you don't need to be told to take out the trash is a lie. You do need to be told. And I don't even want to do that, you know? So yeah, I think it's straight. I get where she's coming from. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can't sit here and say that I would be above having an attitude. Like, I would have an attitude with these kind of things because why am I asking you? You're a fully grown man. Do you know what I mean? And as we go on to, I think they have a conversation about money. And she's got lots of things figured out, right? So she, you know, she is thinking about whether they should have a joint account or whether they should, how they're going to pay their bills and what needs to be done and all this kind of stuff. He kind of has no clue. He's still on his parents' insurance for his car. His parents still pay his mobile. Like, do you know what I mean? And I can understand from someone who left home quite young and you've had to figure it out, how it can be like looking at someone who's just like, what do you know? Do you know anything? Like,
he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything.
That's annoying.
It would be. I get it. I do understand her frustration. It's just with her tone, it kind of fed into a little bit of it felt like she was nitpicking, infused with a bit of jealousy that he's got it easy. So it's just like her annoyance just seemed to be a little bit over the top for what it is. Because yes, you left at 18, but he hasn't had to leave home, and so there's different emergencies. I can understand. Yeah, she's independent. He isn't really. You may want him to be, but that's not his circumstance. But there was a bit of shaming in her tone that he doesn't know. And it's like, that's not the foundation to build a marriage. I mean, they're not going to get married anyway. But if you really was like, I'm going to marry this man, how you're treating him is not the great foundation.
She's not going to get the best out of him, how she treated him. However, I will say, like, you can't tell me that, oh yeah, I know what to do with pasta, then ask me how much water I need to put in, what do I need to do. You can't tell me that. That's ridiculous, because then you're continuing the lie of like, I know what I'm doing. So everything, then it's everything then I can't believe anything that comes out of your mouth. So again, I can understand her frustration, do you know what I mean? And her, like, you know, her maybe, you know, her pissed off tone or her condescending tone, because it's just like, or a sarcastic tone, because it's just like, do you really know how to do that? Or are you just saying it? Are you pretending that you're more independent? Because it also, as well, it's like him kind of giving this forced bravado kind of thing that, oh, I'm this independent guy. You're not. You're actually not. You're not that. So stop pretending. Stop pretending. It's ridiculous.
It's like trying to have a real conversation with somebody when they are bringing their front in. And you're just like, I see you. There are ways that you kind of say it. It's not the easiest because it is annoying. It's just, she ain't building him up to be honest with her. He is always going to front, and then she's going to call him out. It's like they're in that cycle of shit. That's not nice. Also, on either side, it's not a great place to be. But he's basically a spoiled kid. And can a spoiled kid be with somebody who has grown up? Not really. They're not a match. No.
But yeah. So the brother came over. Hannah's brother came over, and this is what I'm talking about. You see your family, yeah. Sometimes pick who's gonna represent you, because I can't lie. Jesus. So basically, the brother came over, and, you know, first of all, he was saying, you know what, I really like Hannah because she was the first person, because he's gay. He's like, first person I came out to, because she speaks her mind. She's super confident, all this kind of stuff. As soon as Hannah goes out the door, yeah, sometimes she's kind of mean. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Now, what's that say about Hannah as well, though?
That's not nice, though.
No. Yeah. I was like, this is horrible. This is the first time you're meeting her fiance, and you're ready to bitch. And the fiance is ready to bitch. This is crazy. This is
crazy. But then I kind of saw them together. I thought, like, oh, you're gonna fit right in. That's what I thought. Do you know what I mean? So I was just like, maybe this, in a weird way, is gonna work. I don't know. But like, I just thought it was, that was out of order. If that was my brother, oh my God, I don't even know. My brother would never, like, do you know.
I mean, I got to take it two ways, innit? Some responsibility. Maybe I am shitty, and I need to look at myself. But also, how can you do this to me on TV? Like, we got a lot of work to do, but she's got a lot of work to do with her whole family. And I didn't get it. Is her brother from the same parents? Or is it one of them and it's another?
I wasn't sure. I had questions about that. I was just like, are you estranged? Do they not like? And I was just like, I don't mean to be stereotypical, but, you know, they sound stubborn, and I just didn't know whether it was like because he's gay, maybe he's not. I don't know how Christian they are. I really didn't know. But she's not super religious, so I really didn't know. But I just thought it was strange that we're not. Do you know what I mean? That they wasn't there and stuff. He wasn't there. That was interesting. But it left a whole heap of question marks, like what's going on here? And like, did you literally do this scene for him to be a bitch? Like, I just don't know. And I was just like, are you just Netflix or just throwing us off the scent, or what is it? But like, I was just like, this is thing. And then I thought, like, when because obviously he went to her parents' house as well. And it was kind of, she was stressed. Hannah was stressed herself. She was tense and everything. And I was just like, well, what situation have you been in to cause you to having to leave home at 18? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, what's going on here? Because also as well, I don't know whether she's a problem child, or that they didn't have the tools or something like that, but there seemed to be a tension between them, you know, and the dad wasn't. No. What did he say? He said something along the lines, well, just suck it up. Like,
it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard either way type of thing. Like, I was like, the dad really came across like, please marry my child and take her off my hands. Like, just
Yeah.
the whole family was really like, boy, if you love her, good luck to you, type of thing. And it's like, boy, Hannah, you have no advocates. Like, your
Yeah.
parents are cool and all, but nobody seems to really be backing her, like, or has any interest in how is Hannah handling this. It just really seemed to be like, no, I don't think anyone in your family likes you.
That's what I
That's
see.
how, yeah.
People are saying it's very common for people to leave at 18. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
But it
fair
didn't
enough.
seem like there wasn't an issue and she left home. Because I swear a
Yeah.
couple of times she had said I'd been kicked out of my house. I had to leave. So
Mhm.
I don't think it was like, 18, she went to college and decided I'm never going back. I think it was, I leave my house.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It seemed weird. She cared about her little brother though. She was really concerned about getting him his hat and stuff and everything like that. I thought that was sweet. So like, it's not like, And then we see a different side of Hannah. Obviously, she was on her best behavior when she met Nick's parents. But I was just like, oh, actually, you're really thoughtful, because the gifts that she brought, they were thoughtful gifts. Like she really kind of done her homework there, and I thought that was really nice. Like I was just like, oh, okay, so maybe it's environment, maybe it's a nurture. Do you know what I mean? That kind of gives you like, so you're spiky first. Like, do you know what I mean? Like before you feel I don't know. But but the niceness is there. It's not not that it doesn't exist. It's definitely there. Yes, Brie Talks. Yes. Okay, thank you for reminding me.
To her.
Yeah, yes, Brie Talks reminded me. She said her parents cut her off. Yeah. So what is that? What's happened there, basically?
Definitely. I thought she did go into, like, she didn't explain it, all of the nitty-gritty, but that's her privacy. But she definitely wasn't like, I'm leaving home easily type of thing.
Yeah.
And also when she was in Nick's house, how she was being very respectful to his parents and helping the mum. I was like, no, she's cool. She's been brought up okay. Like she's an all right girl. Actually, she probably needed to stipulate a little bit more that she really did need a man, like a man who has lived a little bit, a man who isn't living with his parents. Like she needs an independent person, and then they would thrive. And Nick isn't that. Yeah. But his mum seems, I did like Nick's
his mum was really cool. You liked his mum?
Yeah, she seems sweet. She was like a cute,
very, very loving. She just seemed really loving and stuff. And she was just like, look, my children probably are quite pampered. Do you know what I mean? But because I just wanted to give them the things that I didn't have. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that hopefully that's helped her to understand where Nick is coming from. And when you are brought up in those environments, like who knows? I'm not saying Hannah's parents don't love her. I'm not saying that. Do you know what I mean? But like, maybe it's a different type. Do you know what I mean? Of like nurturing, and maybe they didn't have the tool. Maybe she was a particular type of child, and they didn't have the tools to be able to deal with her at that time. And she's kind of just gone off and done her own thing. But that independence can, sometimes breed a little bit of loneliness. Do you know what I mean? So maybe she's used to being isolated in that. But it was good to see the other side. So I was just like, I don't think she's a complete arsehole. Do you know what I mean? I don't think she is.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think, and I do think she probably is what people would say the black sheep of the family. Just the way her brother was so quick to kind of trash her. She's probably been used to that. Like, there's kind of whispers, oh my God, it's Hannah again. Like all of that. And I think that's why she has defenses. So she probably hasn't been in the best environment to kind of really grow a real nice nature as well without having a defense there. But she's complex. Just Nick isn't the her. He ain't the man. Nick isn't the man.
No, I don't think so. But I do feel like if she was with him and they were able to work it out and communicate in a way that is respectful on both sides, and he's not acting like a victim the whole time either as well. Do you know what I mean? I feel like they could grow something beautiful, because the relationship between the mum and the dad, Nick's parents, I feel like it's definitely not that extreme as them, but I feel like she's kind of leading. Do you know what I mean? He's kind of, you follow, like, you know, they have a similar dynamic, a similar, do you know what I mean? So I feel like, there's something. There is something there. Yeah, I think Callie, I agree. I think that Nick is sweet. He definitely has a sweetness about him. He just needs to stop embellishing. Like, just stop exaggerating, stop embellishing. She'll respect you more if you didn't do those things. You know, I think she could be like, yeah, actually, you're my guy and you're into me, and that's all that matters. If he wouldn't just hype up things all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have that much time. Shall we jump to Taylor and Garrett?
Oh yeah,
real quick. I think this is kind of quick actually.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. They're getting on quite well. He went to visit her place. He saw that she doesn't have anything in her fridge apart from wine, beer, and protein shakes, which was just like corporate life. That's what happens when you get corporate. Do you know what I mean? They talked about living arrangement. She wants to live in San Diego. That's kind of like a deal breaker for her, it seems. And he seems to be like, you know, his family has reservations. But you know, it seems to be like something that he's into. In episode 8, she really thanks him about helping with Monica and that whole situation. He was quite supportive to her, which is really nice. The mum sent an email.
Yes.
I want to read the email. I don't know what it said, but he was basically saying, like, they were basically having a very intellectual conversation about this, that Garrett's parents are not happy with this situation, right? And he doesn't want her to take it personally. Do you know what I mean? Because you know, if he was with anyone else, they would have the same conversation. I'm going to say like this because I don't think so.
I don't believe that for a second, but yeah, no. Carry on.
And she was basically saying, like, look, I understand it, I get it, and I'm trying to, you know, do you know what I mean, be outside of it, but like, obviously there will definitely be like pangs of insecurities, do you know what I mean, because obviously she wants the parents to like her and everything like that, but they get it intellectually, that why they understand why people are reacting like this. However, they're not saying the quiet bit out loud. That's my What's your thoughts?
Also, I felt like that was a real, we've had the conversation and probably she'd been emotional, and now to camera, I'm prepared to talk about it again. There was just something that was so measured about it. I was like, this is the second or third time and you're just doing it for your story, basically. But I know when she got that email and she probably cried a lot and probably got angry at him, and you could see, you could hear tints of anger in before you were really excited and now you're not so excited. You know, it's like they've been very measured, but I like them for that as well. That's why I actually believe them. Like, I think they will get married and they'll have a successful marriage. I'm really rooting for those two. But yeah, I still think her parents are racist.
Yes. I think, you know what the thing is, they probably have, I would say, at least some sort of prejudice. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And they haven't had to confront it until now.
Yeah,
that I think it's probably along that. So it might not be outward, it might not be like overt or anything like that, but like the actual reality of this, like, oh, he's dating outside his race, oh, he's gonna get married, and the implication, and he's gonna move away. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, the mum she's off balance. She sent an email. She sent an email. Email. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Emails.
Yeah. So the dad, Taylor's dad doesn't want to be on camera, which is interesting. Yeah, but they kind of had a conversation. They said, like, you know what, look, if our family said no, we're still going to do this, essentially. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where we ended things. He met her family and friends as well, kind of thing, and they're like, oh, you're completely what do you call it, loved up and everything like that. Yeah. Swingy. He got what?
goes home. He got home, Sade.
Has Garrett got home? Oh, because of the clip. Okay, cool.
Okay.
We'll
Quickly,
get
Ashley and what is his name? Why is his name gone out of my head? Alex and
Tim.
That's it. Wow.
Alex and Tim, yeah. So Alex and Tim, episode 8. Tim meets Alex's family. He meets her family and everything like that. The dad is probably the most vocal one. Do you know what I mean? He has actually got MS as well, kind of thing. They did bond on a couple of things. Basically the dad has everyone under control, because Alex wasn't her usual boasty self at all, kind of thing. She was scared, do you know what I mean? Concerned, very like, okay, this has to be like this. Do you know what I mean? Like, Daddy was definitely in control. Tim had cooked for everybody, which I thought was really nice. That was really lovely. He played up the food. Well, I think he cooked. I think he did, because it arrived there. It wasn't like they cooked in the space. But yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he cooked it someone else. But yeah, I'm assuming. I want to assume. Yeah, he said that
he said he did it. So
yeah,
we saw him by the barbecue, but he could have been warming it in it. Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay, cool. Yeah.
But they had a few things in common. They basically said so. Tim was born in the UK, which is very interesting. Yeah. So was Alex's dad as well. I think he's been in Scotland. They've got relatives there. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Then I was just like, wait, is Alex's dad mixed race or something? I don't know, but maybe. Because she said she went to go visit relatives there and everything, but obviously, like, parts of Scotland are very multicultural as well, so not too sure. Yeah. And then he talks about golfing and everything. It seemed all go really well. Then I think Alex took everybody outside. Tim had a conversation with the dad and basically said that I read a letter addressed to you, to Alex in the pods, and then he read that letter to Alex's dad, which was very, very sweet. I thought it was a very sweet thing to do. The dad was completely melted at that point because he didn't give a fuck beforehand. Yeah, do you know what I mean? But at that point he was melting. He was just like, yes, you can be with my daughter and stuff. So yeah, I think that kind of went smoothly in terms of like a meet the parents type of situation. Yeah,
he definitely finessed that totally. And again, I hate this shit. Unless you're serious about this person, that whole setup to me was it went so smoothly, and the letter just felt super manipulative. Like, there is no way a parent isn't gonna hear that letter being read and your heart doesn't just melt, although you don't know that. So you literally should be like, don't trust this dude, this is too soon. But yeah, you're gonna get emotional about it. And I don't like that they play the parents like this. It's like what Tim did to Thing's mum as well. It's like you're playing their heartstrings, like, actually there's gonna be a wedding and you're going to marry my child. And yeah, I wasn't a fan. I don't like Tim. There's something smarmy about him. I don't know, he just plays it too well. Like, it's like
he's a bit irritating.
Yeah, I don't trust him for a second.
No, I agree with you. I don't trust him either. We did previously see Tim's home, and his home, he's got a nice home. He's actually got a nice home. He's a bit masculine, but he has got a nice home. Then we saw Alex's home in episode 9. Girl.
We did.
Girl.
We did.
Like, you couldn't find one, like, 2-hour, 4-hour block to go and clean your house before you sent the cameras there. Like,
hire someone. Sade, what was going on?
It was chaos. And the thing is, you know what, yeah? At times, yeah? Like, and I feel like it's to do with neurodivergent. I can be messy, yeah? I actually can be messy. But, like, if someone's coming round my house, absolutely not. Absolutely. There's no way. I don't know. No, it was shameful. And I feel like you should be shamed about that.
Like,
I should.
Like, same. We can get chaotic. It's just the mere mention of folks are coming round. That's siblings, anybody. You can't see how chaotic it gets.
No.
And this is on big Netflix. I get even the bags. She could have had the bags there.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual wardrobe had no floor. It was
Like,
covered in clothing. What is going? Your bed.
What's going?
Your bed.
Turn around.
No, I was literally like, girl, now, no, not for TV. Do not do this.
No, it was embarrassing. And my dad always told me messy room, messy minds. That's what I grew up with. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I always see like, okay. And I do like I don't like hold like negative shame with it. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm messy, I'm just like, okay, cool, I've got a lot on. Like it's a reflection of like, okay, cool. Right. Do you know what I mean? So like I tidy up and I feel better. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like I just feel, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, I know you're marrying this person and maybe there is like kind of thing, oh, this is who I am. Do you know what I mean? But I just feel like maybe in private, like I don't know, maybe it's so ingrained in me that I'm just like, no, that is not for public consumption. Absolutely not. No.
Not at all. Cameramen,
Not
how
ever.
do they navigate through the spaces? Like literally, I was like, dude, no, you cannot have this out there in the world. Like we shouldn't be discussing her room like this.
No, we shouldn't. Cher said it's giving hostel.
I was literally like, nah. My mouth was open. My mouth was open at the wardrobe. I was like, brethren, come on now. Just fling all of that into even suitcases. Like there's so many ways, even if it's still chaotic, you can have a chaotic.
Close the door, motherfucker. Like, close the door.
You can't close the door. She couldn't. It was full of clothes and rubbish though as well. It wasn't just clothing. There was like cans, there was stuff. Like it's literally like, dude, what's going on in your life? And I get it. Yeah, you were packing to leave, but this is months of shit, dude.
No, this is chaos. If you're packing to leave and it looks like this is chaos, that's another thing as well. If I'm ever leaving, if I'm going on holiday, my house is spotless before I leave because I like to come back to a spotless house. Yeah, do you know what I mean? As well, like I like to come back to a spotless house. I don't want it chaos when I come back. I want to be chilled.
Oh my God. No.
You said, Charlotte, no, I don't know what you mean. It was trauma bonding. Yeah, it's true. It's true. So we have to move on because I'll go in a minute. I'm so sorry. But Ramesses and Marissa. Yeah. So in episode 8, we see he meets her friends, which is fair enough, like nice enough, I should say. Do you know what I mean? Meets the friends. They talk about their conflict with like their points of view on the military and everything like that. But at the end of it, they seemed to be on the same path, right? They seemed to be like, okay, the friends liked him. They thought he was all right and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Episode 9, when he meets her mother and the family, her 3 siblings. The mum, wow. Again, not every family member needs to be on camera at all. Like, wow. Like, I think Ramesses was saying like, oh, you know, his older sibling or something has a different dad. And like the sister, Tia, I think her name was, just like, yeah, like us. Like, do you know what I mean? It was just like, we all got different dads. From then, mum was pissed. She was pissed off. She was absolutely pissed off from then.
Like that. Like, I was pissed as well. Like, you can't do this on TV. Like, there's cameras here. Like, you cannot be like, all of us and our many dads. Like, what?
But like, that doesn't mean, but you can't take that on though. You can't. You need to put that to the side and deal with the sister later. Do you know what I mean? Like, she said it now. Do you know what I mean? So there's nothing. And then the mum's just like, well, you guys look like siblings. I was just like, oh, this is a wrap. This is a wrap from the beginning. You look like siblings. Like, what the fuck, mum? What are you talking about? Like, do you know what I mean? I would literally be like, cut the camera. Like, can we just have a chat? Like, you know, respectfully, of course. Like, do you know what I mean? But like, no, you can't be saying things like that. That was just weird. Like, then the sister was just like, oh, you know, white people, they look like it. They date people they look like all the time. And no one says anything about it. Do you know what I mean? Just like, Okay, babe.
My sister was really trying. I really was like, oh, look at you, like really trying to be like, can we try and just be normal for this scene?
Why did she have them on camera? She should have just said, no, my parents are not interested. My mom's not interested at all. Like, you know, because it was just like a battle. The mum just then starts laying into Ramses. Ramses, and just basically saying that his fashion is off. He looks like the guy from Breakdance. I mean, yes, he did. He's like Jericho. She was just like, yeah, tons of men are infatuated with my daughter. What's new? Do you know what I mean? Like, she was just like, you know, like he basically she asked him about work or something or college. He said he dropped out of college. Do you know what I mean? When his dad passed away, and she was just like, okay, so you're not a bum, like, do you know what I mean? But I would know my daughter wouldn't date a bum anyway, kind of thing. And then I think it was revealed that he had been married before. And she was just like, and he said something about, you know, because like when you marry young, 25 is not that young. Okay. But we was getting to know each other. She's just like, what? You are going to tell me about marriage?
I was literally like, wow, this woman is aggy as hell. He played it well. Because how do you even react to her? Like
he done well. He done so well. He done so motherfucking well, because wow, like I would have to take a minute. I'll just be like, be right. Oh, my phone is got like I'll be right back. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would have to take a minute and just like regroup, because she was absolutely rude. She's just like, I think even Marissa was just like, because they talked about living together and stuff, and she's like, oh, my mum doesn't want to live with me, she thinks I'm evil. And then her mum was just like, straight face, she's a bitch. Huh?
Your mum.
She's a bitch. What? Nah, that's rude. Like, you know, sometimes I feel like I've had problems with parents and stuff, do you know what I mean? But like, I'm reminded, not these kind of problems though. That's wild. That's actually what. That's why my mother is calling me a bitch at the table in front of my fiance, in front of my siblings, on national global television,
with a straight face, and she didn't laugh afterwards, like just joking. She didn't. Straight face. She is a bitch. Like, wow.
And then she was just full of doom and gloom. She couldn't even pretend. She was like, marriage isn't forever. Like, I've been divorced multiple times. Marriage isn't forever. Do you know what I mean? You'll tolerate each other. Do you know what I mean? I think you should do a prenup. Like, you know, I don't want, like, you know, my daughter was fucked over by her father, her stepfather, her exit. Bro, this is too much. Like, the mum's anxiety took over. It just took over. Do you know what I mean? And she could only see negative, you know? And like, then she was just like, I think she caught herself. And then she was just like, you know, you are welcome in the family, of course. And he was like, oh, is that your way of giving me your blessing? And she was just like, nah, I mean, there's no blessing, because I don't believe in forever. Like, I'm just like, no, you are on the spectrum. You have to be like, if you are not a witch, you are on the spectrum, because like you're stating that this as a matter of fact. There is no emotion. There's no love here.
Life has been hard for her. Like, life has been, you know, the only thing is where if I was him, I wouldn't be like, nah, I'm not marrying into this family. Is they all seem to know who their mum is, and at least like Marissa isn't kind of like under her mum's kibosh. Like, she is like, if mum don't want to come, like, banner, like at least there's that defiance. But that's a woman that could have daughters and sons that never get married, never have a successful relationship, just are out here in the wind doing what they're doing because they are so pessimistic. Like, she just seemed to, like, nothing works out, and you understand why with her attitude. It's like, of course nothing has worked out for you. Like, you're crazy. You're a bit mad.
You have no self-control. Like, I just like, wow, you can't. No, this is a lot. And you know, she did say, I mean, Marissa said, like, look, I don't need your blessing anyway. Do you know what I mean? And then the mum was just like, if you mess with my daughter, I'm gonna cut your balls off. Like, okay,
I believe her.
Okay, little bit intense, mum, but okay. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just so it was a lot. It was a lot. At home, Marissa did say, like, look, my mum needs therapy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that.
Yeah.
We all know that. You can see
know,
that. She needs help. We can't help. We're not equipped. It's not our skill. Like, do you know what I mean? She needs therapy. She needs a lot. Then they have this weird conversation. I think a lot of people in the social media streets were talking about this. They have a conversation when they're at home about protection and sex and everything like that. And every year they seem to be bringing this in now in the American one. I don't know what's happening, but like, or every season, I should say. Basically, they are doing pull-out game, right? So they're having sex raw, they're doing pull-out game at the moment. Ramsey's is just like, you know what, I don't want kids right now. Do you know what I mean? And Marissa's just like, well, then use a condom, because if we get pregnant, I'm gonna have it. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And he's getting upset about this. And it's just like, you can't, like, literally, you can't raw dog down the place, yeah, and not expect there to be consequences at some point. Like, I just don't. I thought this guy, he reminded me that he's a guy. Like, do you know what I mean? That's I was just like, oh, you're just a regular guy with like fancy hair. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're just a guy.
Like, 2 little dreads.
Seriously,
what is that? What is this sentiment of you must put something into your body and have that fuck you up so that you don't have kids, but I'm not prepared to literally just put on a condom. Like, I don't understand how this even lands in men's heads, where it's like, this is reasonable to actually even vocalize it. I don't understand why they say this thing. Like, it's so weird to me, because what are the alternatives? It's either you're going to wear a condom, she's not putting something in to fuck up her body, and you're going to have a kid. It's very simple. Make your choice. Okay, so cool. My pleasure is more. And I'm prepared to be a dad. Simple question. Nothing to it. I don't even know why she was still talking. Actually, the way how she just ended it with, okay, this is where we are. That's how you got to end it, innit?
Definitely. I just really, yeah. I just thought, I thought you was perfect together, but obviously not. Do you know what I mean?
Seriously. A man is a man, innit? Still a man.
Is a man. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I literally thought, because obviously they're younger, innit? Like, I thought we'd grown out of this stuff. I thought this was over. Like, with all the, do you know what I mean? Like, progressiveness that is happening. And they seem quite progressive, but bro, you're back in the 1950s. What are you talking about? It's ridiculous. Yeah. So there's that. Actually, that's perfect time. That's where we are.
Yeah, that's all of the couples, isn't it?
That's all the couples, man. Seriously. So yeah. Okay, guys. So sorry. Have to rush off. Thank you so much for joining us as always. Make sure you book the like button if you haven't done it so already. Replay gang, leave your comments as well. We are back on Thursday. We're back on Thursday. We're not back on Wednesday because we're out. We have a show. We should have told you about it. But yeah, we're doing the Vamp Power Brunch in part of the Black British Business Show. And yeah, we have a slot there and we're doing it with all the ladies, all the aunties. So it's going to be really cool. But we'll tell you all about it on Thursday as well. And we may have a guest on Thursday too. So yes, make sure you're there for that. But guys, have an amazing day. Have a brilliant week. Well, until Thursday anyway. And we'll see you soon. All right, then, guys. See you later. Bye. Bye.